And now for the next bout, first out of the blue corner. This fighter stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, and he weighed in at 170 pounds. He trains with Team Twisted out of Hemet, California. Please welcome Josh Miller.
All right, here we go. Josh Miller coming in with a mixed martial arts record of 2-2. Most of his wins have been by submission. He's also proven he can go the distance as well, if need be. He's also had some amateur fights under his belt, so it's not really like this is his fourth fight. I mean, some guys fight in smokers. That sometimes is experience in itself, but when they come out to the big show, they're dealing with the crowd, all that kind of thing.
Sure. You know, it's a huge difference between fighting in the small shows and coming to an organization like King of the Cage, where nerves play a huge role. There's thousands and thousands of people here. You got pay-per-view going on. It's a whole different thing. And with 4 fights, it's really difficult to get comfortable in there. But he's fighting with a good staff out there. He has a lot of really good guys that he's training with, and there's tons of guys on his squad right now. So
and his opponent fighting out of the red corner stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 175 pounds. He trains with a USA Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu team out of Norco, California. Please welcome Tony Cruz.
Wow, for an MMA debut tonight, he sure has his fans out there.
Yeah, local kid, comes on with obviously a Jiu-Jitsu background. His hands look tight coming down the ramp, we'll see.
Absolutely, and someone like Josh Miller, who's kind of won from strikes as well. Both the guys possess submission skills as well, but tonight this is a good matchup between Josh Miller and Tony Cruz. And remember, later on tonight, Sean the Destroyer Loeffler and Keith KO Kid Berry get a crack at the vacant middleweight title. Very exciting matchup, lots of stuff going on, plus the return of Thomas Denny. It's going to be interesting as John Cole drops down from the 185-pound weight division down to the welterweight. He says he's here to shake things up. He says he's pretty much better than anybody down in the welterweight division. So we'll see tonight. I mean, I like to hear fighters talk like that, because
sure.
They've got something to prove at that point.
But I'll tell you what, though, Thomas can bring into the table a whole bag of tricks.
Absolutely.
That guy's stand-up is nasty. All of his guys' jiu-jitsu is full black belt level. It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. He's also got one of his fighters fighting tonight, Brian Baker, as Brian Baker takes on Reggie Orr. Reggie Orr, tough cat in the game of Muay Thai, man.
Reggie Orr just absolutely destroyed the last guy in. Dave Robinson was, I think he fought the last time, and boy, his stand-up was tight. Absolutely.
And Brian Baker, this is his first time here at King of the Cage. He has 3 fights under his belt, and Reggie Orr's already got those jitters out on the pay-per-view. Our ref for this matchup, Raul Parata. Very experienced in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu himself there.
And here we go. A couple of middleweights, both of them look to be in good shape.
Josh Miller already got a smile, shoots in for the takedown, but doesn't get it.
Working underhooks here is Tony Cruz. The good solid takedown ends up in side control, but instantly going to the mount. Tony Cruz in a really good position here, just relaxing, taking his time in full mount. Needs to push down on the head. There you go, right there, pushing down with the left hand and just dropping straight right hand.
Tony Cruz looking to finish things off early here in the first round.
Josh Miller really needs to get out of there. This is a bad spot. Obviously, Tony has a really solid base, super strong guy, just keeping him on his back, and there's not much you can do at this point. As soon as he decides he's going to push down on that head and drop that right hand, he was really hurt.
Sometimes the only thing you can do in this position is just hug and hold on and make sure you deflect any damage. It's really hard.
Well, that's the thing between the Jiu-Jitsu guys and the MMA guys. You know, the Jiu-Jitsu guys will stay there for a little while and nothing's going to happen, but not when right hands are coming down into your ear.
Oh, no, he rolls into a bad position here. In danger of a rear naked choke or some possible ground and pound to the side of his head.
Well, Tony's trying to flatten him out here, extend those legs, get him
those
flat.
hooks in.
But Josh is doing a good job staying up on his knees, and he's pushing back. And he comes out the rear.
Tables have turned here in the first round for Josh Miller.
Looked like Tony was going to go for a roll into an arm bar, possibly a triangle, and ended up on his back.
And that's the wonderful thing of MMA. Once you think you're in a dominant position, sometimes that's taken away from you.
Yeah, sometimes those submissions are just a little too tempting. You know, you get them in practice with no punches going on, and then next thing you know, you end up on your back and you're in a bad spot going, what did I just do? Josh Miller needs to get busy here. He's got into a good spot, but he seems to just be holding and content with being in the guard of Tony Cruz.
And Raul Parata will stand him up.
He needs to post up, create some space, soften him up a little bit, and work that pass.
But to Tony Cruz's credit, he's holding on and deflecting any damage being done by Josh Miller. So good job by Tony Cruz.
Yeah, Tony seems to be real comfortable. Good arm trapping with that left overhook there. That right hand isn't getting through. So he's perfectly comfortable right now. But he's working his way to the cage. Josh Miller doing a good job of pushing him into the cage now to restrict some of that hip movement. You can start throwing some punches.
You can really see the strength of Tony Cruz tonight. Guy really holding it down. I'm surprised Raul hasn't stood him up yet.
Yeah, Josh really needs to push off, create some space, post up, and get some good punches going down. And there he goes, stand up.
Josh Lewis will get one last punch before they stand up.
All things considered, Josh is in a better place than he was a minute and a half ago.
Absolutely, a fresh start here, basically in the first round. Ooh, great kick. Tony Cruz looking to throw some knees.
Dropping some knee combinations. Good pressure up against the fence. It's a good shot to the body.
Maybe Josh Lewis is thinking, man, I should have stayed busy.
His knees don't seem to be doing much damage. You're in a north-south position now.
You can see Josh Lewis really wants that takedown.
And Tony immediately goes to the back trying to get those hooks in there. Oh, hooks are in. Tony has a deep, deep.
I think it's over.
Yeah,
His fingers are only protecting him, but once the fingers come out, it's done. That's it. Tony Cruz submits Josh Miller in the first round.
That's a great rear naked choke there. Really good positioning, really solid ground game. Knees were good, perfectly calm. And both these guys are coming in shape for a guy with his first fight.
Absolutely.
That's what we talk about all the time, is preparation, who you're training with, and how your camp prepared you for a fight. He does that all day long, every single day, and he's in shape.
And being around good teams always builds your confidence, because you got good fighters telling you if you suck or if you don't suck. I mean, that's basically what it boils down to. Tony Cruz is no joke.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 minutes, 6 seconds of the first round, your winner by tap out, Tony Cruz.
Submission victory for Tony Cruz in his MMA debut here at King of the Cage Collision Course. Brought to you in part by Rockstar Energy Drinks. And you can see that Josh Lewis was basically, his fingers were protecting him for a little bit, but once the fingers slipped out, it was like, I've got to tap out or I pass out.
Well, those fingers aren't going to protect you for too long. There's no hope once you're in that spot.
All right, let's take a quick look at the replay, how Tony Cruz set this whole submission up.
Really patient on getting those hooks in. Goes to take his back and he dumps him on his back and puts those hooks right in there. And it's just a matter of time at that point. Has good, solid position. Slides that right hand underneath his neck and finishes it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some action.